Howdy, folks. I'm the vain, victorious Venus, venerating venerable vegetables.
I'm Amber.
And here are more venerable vegetables for us to venerate. That one, of course, is brought to you by Amber.
Yes, mine was slightly different. I had veritable vegetables, and I don't know if that's even a word. It sounded good in my head, so when you came up with venerable vegetables instead, I just rolled with it.
Oh, I misheard you. Let's get started. Alright, folks, our first letter is titled, Am I the Jerk for Ghosting a Guy on Our First Date? Hi Reddit, sorry if the format is bad, I'm writing this on mobile. I'm a 23-year-old female, and I've been trying out dating apps to find myself a relationship. It hasn't gone well, as most guys in my area aren't looking for anything more than a one-night stand or a friend with benefits. Normally, I would never ghost anyone, especially since I've been ghosted before, so I know how it feels. However, I feel this might be different. A week and a half ago, I met a guy on Tinder, a 29-year-old male, and we'll call him Tom. At first, Tom seemed to only be interested in adult intimacy like most of the other guys, but after I expressed that I didn't want a relationship that was solely based on adult intimate time, he pumped the brakes on that part for the most part. He still made crude jokes, but nothing quite as forward as at the beginning. After talking, I found out that Tom and I had a lot in common. We both liked The Legend of Zelda, and we played a lot of Pokemon, and enjoyed the same YouTube channels. We planned our first date at a nice restaurant. It wasn't a Michelin star or anything crazy like that, but it was a fancy enough place to need reservations, and you would be expected to look formal. This will be important in just a second. I had spent hours getting ready. Hair, makeup, etc. And I called a bunch of my friends to help pick me out a dress. And overall, I was so excited for the date. I get to the restaurant and Tom texts me that he's already there and he has sat down and ordered us drinks. I walk inside and the waitress escorts me to the table with a disturbed look on her face. And when I arrive, I see that Tom is sat at the table in a hot pink furry suit. My jaw hits the floor, and I am flabbergasted, shocked, taken aback, and all the other synonyms for messed up. I, in that moment, listened to my primal instincts, and I spun around, I ran back outside to my car, and I put it in reverse and sped out of there like the Flash. I got home, and I told my roommate, and she told me that I shouldn't have left him there. She argued that since he had already ordered drinks and everything, that I should have just grinned and taken it. I don't really think anything could be worth the shame of sitting and having a fancy romantic dinner with the baby of Pinkie Pie and a warrior cat, especially with zero warning. But maybe I'm wrong. Am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. And to make one thing abundantly clear, just because someone buys you drinks does not mean they are owed your time. You don't owe them anything. He probably ordered drinks to try and trap you there because he probably knew you weren't going to like what you saw, but I don't even know why he did this.
So, I don't think that he did this as a necessarily means to trap OP or not. I think he is an individual with tastes that are different than yours, and certainly it was a shock to what you would have normally expected. You were expecting a date with face-to-face interaction with an individual, and he did not supply you with that. And I think that one could make the argument that oftentimes the idea of furries deal with the adult intimate variety of types of things, and so he turned an interaction that should have been a date into something that you didn't want to be and sexualized it.
Exactly, and that's the thing about kinks is it's fine to have them, but it's not fine to bring in unwitting participants.
Mm-hmm.
If he had wanted to do this, he should have been upfront with you about it.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to spring it on you like this.
Yeah, I certainly feel bad that he was stood up, but I feel worse for OP.
I honestly don't feel bad that he was stood up because I can't fathom any good motive for doing this to her.
Well, I mean, I feel bad that he was in a position where felt like he was abandoned on this, and the only thing that I am wondering is, did OP tell him that she was out? Did she was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not going to be sitting at the table with you. It sounds like she didn't even make it to the table, so he may have been sitting there for a little while. So I think giving him a heads up and saying, this isn't going to work, and then this leaving might have been an alright thing to do, but everyone's going to handle a situation differently, and I'm not saying that that would have been the right or wrong thing. I'm just saying that that would be personally what I would do.
I would just run for the hills because this guy clearly doesn't respect your boundaries. You made it explicit that you did not want a relationship built around adult intimacy, and that's kind of what he shows up in a suit basically saying, hey, I want intimate time with you.
Yeah. Let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck.
I still feel 0 for him. No empathy whatsoever.
Well, I mean, he certainly should have read the room better, right? He shouldn't have just assumed that he could dress up in a suit like this and go to a fancy date eating out.
Like, if they weren't even going to like an underground like adult time club or something, like that might have been slightly different, but it's a nice sit down dinner.
Yeah, I think that there of course are going to be the time and place for everything, and this was not the time nor place. And Prianus 32 says, not the jerk, but is this serious? And OP says, yep, I wish it wasn't, but it is. And Prianus 32 says, you should have took pics. And OP replies, I know, next time something absurd happens, I'll bring a camera. Lol. I mean, everyone has a camera in their pocket, right?
Yeah, but to be fair, like, if I saw him, I'm just gonna nope out of there. I'm not gonna think to, like, snap a picture first.
And push the button to the max says, did he see you see him? Is that why you call it ghosting? And OP replies, he definitely saw me. I thought the right term was ghosting, but Reddit has taught me that it was more akin to ditching. Okay, I mean, that kind of actually changes my feelings of bad at all, because he's aware that she left, that she's not going to be showing up to the date at that point in time. So now he has his perfectly clear signal that she's gone.
I think he just needs to learn not to do this.
Well, clearly. And 1-800-YOU-WISH says, like, furry as in the kink furry costume, or kind of pimp 27 suit with fur as a joke? And OP replies, like the anthropomorphic dog costumes. And Anxious Mess 30 says, you are the butt face for not grabbing a picture to share so we can enjoy. I'm so curious to know if it was at least nice. And OP replies, it was an expensive looking suit. He probably commissioned it for a lot of money. If I wasn't so mortified, I would have been impressed. Also, next time, I'll get a photo to accompany the story. Lol. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I the jerk for not giving my sister the wedding gift that she wanted because of how she treated my girlfriend? My girlfriend Naomi and I have been together for over a decade. My younger sister Sarah and my girlfriend have never been super close, but are friendly when we are together. Or I guess they were. When Sarah was in high school, Naomi helped her out with some personal things. Sarah got married a few days ago. When Sarah announced her engagement to the family, she asked Naomi to be a bridesmaid, which surprised us a little bit, but Naomi was very excited because she's never gotten to do it before and probably won't have a chance. I want to be clear that there was no suggestion from either of us Sarah should ask her. It was about 2 seconds after that she told us that she was engaged. She said that she was so grateful to Naomi for the help when she was younger, and Naomi was very touched. Well, a few weeks later, Sarah posted her bridesmaid's proposal brunch. Naomi wasn't there. Sarah never said it either to our faces, but clearly she had changed her mind. Naomi was hurt, but she said that she understood because she hadn't expected to be asked in the first place. That would have been fine, but then a few months later, Sarah asked Naomi to go to a bachelorette party and to come and get ready on the day with her friends and bridesmaids. Same thing. Naomi says yes, and even helped her to find a good place and a good rental. A month and a half before the wedding, I'm talking to my mom on the phone, and she mentions that Sarah had her bachelorette party. No mention of Naomi. Now, I'm kind of mad because Naomi was clearly hurt at 2 invites and then being sort of ghosted. A week before the wedding, Naomi texted Sarah and asked about getting ready with her hair and makeup. Sarah responds, acting confused, and basically tells her nicely just to come with me. Then I was really mad. Sarah had wanted this really expensive baking mixer thing for a very long time, and I got it for her as a wedding gift. My mom had ruined the surprise, so she expected it. But after everything with Naomi, I felt like being petty, and I cut her a check instead, and I returned the mixer. A few days after the wedding, Sarah texts me and says, I don't know how to ask this, but what happened to the mixer? And I responded that I didn't know how to ask, but what happened to treating my girlfriend like a freaking human being? Now my brother and my new brother-in-law and my mom are all texting me saying what in the world, and that I ruined her happy time. Naomi, for her part, says that I probably shouldn't have done it, but she feels a little vindicated. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. And if someone's happiness can be ruined by not getting a mixer, they're getting married for the wrong reasons. Like, who treats another person like this? Like, I just don't understand what your sister's end goal was. It seems like it was just to humiliate her.
Yeah, I have a really hard time pinning down what the sister's motivations were here. Don't invite someone to be a bridesmaid if you're not serious about that, and then don't get their hopes up and then knock them down. Like, this is just like kicking a puppy at this point in time, and what she's doing is completely unfair and unreasonable.
And if you have second thoughts, like you realize you don't have enough space to accommodate all the bridesmaids or something, you have to have a conversation, ideally in person, but at least, apply over the phone, being like, hey, I'm sorry I asked you this. I no longer have the space. Can you accept this? You don't just let her find out on social media on top of that.
Yeah.
And the thing that really gets me is if it was just the one time, maybe she just got overexcited and invited everyone, but 3 different occasions.
Yeah, and this is just in poor taste, really in poor taste. So I don't blame OP for being petty at all. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Kindly Egg 7480 says, not the jerk, it's your girlfriend and yours choice, and I'm very confused about your sister's motivation on all of this. Does she have a vendetta against your girlfriend and is using this as an occasion to try and hurt her? Is she very absent-minded and keeps forgiving who she invited? Is it possible that your girlfriend offended your sister in some other way after the invite? I think having an actual talk with her might be a better way to resolve this issue. And OP replies, I genuinely don't know. We've never been super close, see each other 3 or 4 times a month at family get-togethers, but we always get along fine, and I've never known my sister to be a mean person before this. Naomi says the benefit of the doubt, she overpromised the bridesmaid spot, but then realized that she didn't want a large number. Bachelorette party was a genuine mistake, and makeup and hair was a miscommunication or misunderstanding on Naomi's part, but I don't know how. It's very odd, and I'm asking my mom to explain it to me, and she says that she doesn't want to bother my sister about it now, and we should all just act like adults. And Miss AC says, not the jerk. Wow, your sister is spacey or just a jerk? I'm glad you said what you did. And OP replies, I seriously don't know. I've never known her to be mean before. My mom just keeps saying that she doesn't want to bother her about it now, and that I ruined her honeymoon phase already. And Boeing 36780 says, do you have independent knowledge of all of this, or is everything you've told us according to your girlfriend only? And OP replies, I was there in person both times she asked her. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she's got a joke.
What building in New York has the most stories?
Well, I can tell you exactly what building in New York has the most stories. The library.
Yes.
Was that the actual
The public
punchline?
Library is the punchline.
I actually didn't. I always thought I was being clever, but apparently the book is one step ahead of me. And I have Mega Mint. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Saturday. I hope your Saturday is going spectacularly. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please, please have it the subtitle for a book.
I'll give you the whole title so it makes sense. A modern guide to dating advice. When in doubt, don't go with the furry suit.
That's probably a good call. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.